everybody, and welcome to Inventory and Order Management for OpenBOM. Let's take a look. OpenBOM has a number of inventory and order planning features. This graph can be might be a little overwhelming. It's in our help, so more details. But the key features are that OpenBOM manages by part number the quantity on hand, lets you do planning and orders, generate purchase orders, and when you receive those purchase orders, those quantity on hand will be updated. OpenBOM manages the quantity on hand as it fluctuates up and down as you place orders with your vendors. And by the way, we also manage multiple vendors for a single item. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to go back again to the wireless router. You have this in your demo data. And specifically, I'm going to take a look at the catalog, the purchase catalog for purchased items in there. And I can see here that I've got a number of things I normally keep on hand: screws, compliance labels. The quantity on hands are kind of low. So I'd like to just order some screws and some labels for stock. So how do I do that? Well, I think I'm getting a better price on this screw from one of my other vendors. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at the sourcing information for this screw. And all items can have multiple vendors. And I'm going to drill down a little bit deeper into the properties for each one of those. And I'll see that, yeah, this vendor here is giving me a little bit better price. Go ahead and set that as my preferred vendor. We'll see now that it becomes the preferred vendor in our catalog. Okay, so I've got the right vendor chosen. I just want to go ahead and order, a couple of hundred of these. I don't have any orders in flight, so I'm just going to order 200 of these screws. This is kind of a description that I use. And while I'm at it, I think I need some more of these compliance labels. I'm going to go ahead and add those to my existing order. And as you can imagine, I could work my way down through this entire catalog, just kind of picking and choosing. Let's take a look at what that order looks like now. I think we've got about 200 screws and 50 labels. They're coming from from different vendors. I could build this out. I'm ready just to get this in the mail. So I click the Create Purchase Order button, and OpenBOM will automatically generate a purchase order for each of my suppliers based on that order. So I'll take a look at Granger, and I see that, yeah, I've got 200 of those screws on order. Send this off to Granger or however I place purchase orders. And when I receive that, I click the Receive button, and I'll see that if I come back to my catalog, I'll see that I now have 200 of those screws in hand. And the same for all the other items that are ordered there. Great. So that's how we manage ordering, bits and pieces, out of our catalog. So how would I manage something a little more complicated, like something that had a bill of material? Well, let's take a look at our top level router. I'm just going to go ahead and open its BOM, and we manage orders exactly the same way, except OpenBOM keeps track of the entire structure. So let's place an order here for, you can see I've got an order right now for 25 of these in flight that I just generated a few minutes ago. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So to build 25 wireless routers, I need a lot of pieces. So OpenBOM calculates, how many are required, what the quantity gap is, and the same process would apply. Generate POs, receive them back in, update the quantity on hand for the bits and pieces. And now when I release this to production, that's when OpenBOM takes all of those items out of stock, puts together 25 wireless routers, and we can see after doing that we now have, we've added 25 wireless routers to stock. I had 2 before. I now have 27 wireless routers on hand. So I'm going to just kind of send you back here for a moment to this chart again. Take a look at our help for more details. We just went through here for an individual item in a catalog. We did some planning. We placed some POs, received those POs back in, and saw our quantity on hand fluctuate up and down. So I hope you found that useful. Always love to hear from you at support@openbom.com. Thanks.